Is your dad with us still?
My dad passed away in 16.
In which year?
That 2016. He was 88. Yeah. I mean, the good thing about the way he did was he just turned around, and I saw him the day before he was at the hospital, had a little lung infection, and he was going to be released pretty quick. And I talked to him just like you and I are talking now. Next morning, they phoned me he was dead.
Really?
And, wasn't on cancer. We got to get to work, right?
Yeah.
No machines. Yeah.
Jesse, are we live, man?
I think we are.
I think we are too.
Can you edit that out? It doesn't matter.
Okay. This is live, Gary. No editing. Okay. Welcome to Meet Your Mayor, Lethbridge. My name is, Jesse saying 30 seconds. We started. Welcome to Meet Your Mayor, Lethbridge. My name is Alan Friesen. I'm here with Gary Clausen. Gary, you are running for mayor for our fine community. Do you have any idea how much work's involved in that? Isn't that a whole bunch of work?
I think it will be, and I'm sure it will be. But you know what? I'm not scared of hard work. I've been working hard all my life. So this is just another stage in my life, which is great.
Excellent. Okay. So you're up for the challenge. Now, so why, this is going to take a lot of your time and energy and skills to do this work. What's the reason? Why are you willing to make that investment, Gary?
My wife is supporting me 100%, which is awesome. You got to have your family support to make things work. And the reason I want to do this is I want to help the city's citizens of Lethbridge. I'm here for the citizens of Lethbridge. I want to make it a better place for them. I want to see what I can do to cut expenses with the city. I mean, when I started my campaign, I wanted to cut the expenses with the city. I wanted to run things better. And then after going through all my stuff that I've been doing and all research and things, I've decided that that's not number one priority anymore. Number one priority is the crime and the drugs and the homelessness. That's more important, and I've got that figured out. There's good ideas to do that. And that I think is going to be in question number 2. But anyways,
let's go to question number 2. Nice entry.
I didn't want to go there that fast, but that's okay.
No, we don't have to.
2. Go ahead.
Go ahead first. You want to expand on number 1 a little bit first?
Oh no, my passion is for people. Like I'm a realtor now. I've been a realtor 29 years, and it's wonderful how you can meet so many different people, many cultures, and you help them all with their major investment in their life. And I love to get people into the house and get the best deal I get. I'm very, say it nicely, I'm a very frugal person. I don't waste money. And I don't want to waste anybody else's money. Like even when people are buying houses, and I'm going off on a tangent.
Can I interject one thing?
You can.
You said you're a frugal person. So
Yes.
am I. But my wife doesn't call me a frugal person. She calls me a cheap bastard, is what she calls me.
My wife is cheaper than I am, which is awesome. So it's great, Yeah, I hate to waste money. Like even example with the signs and stuff. Like there's guys out there with thousands of signs out there. I made all my own signs. I made my signs out of my real estate signs. I made 60 of them. And to buy one of those signs, it's $125 a piece. I made them for 30. So I don't like to waste money. I like to get value. I like to get value for what I do. Same thing with the city. I want to get value for everything that's being done. I know there's ways that you'd have to look at the whole situation on what they're doing and ways to save money and make it more efficient. That's it.
Got it.
Now we can go on to number 2. I'm sorry to drag you off.
No, that's perfect, Gary. I was jumping ahead there. So better bang for the buck. You think that you can make a lot more mileage out of the dollars we spend is what you believe?
I know I can.
All right. So now, speaking of all the concerns, the challenges, the things in our community that have to be solved, let's say you're mayor and you have a magic wand and you have one wish. What's that wish going to be, Gary?
Okay. That wish is going to be, you got to look at, if you start at the bottom where everything is the problem, okay? And I'm not saying that it's the total problem, but what happens is you take homelessness, you take drug abuse, and you take, so what happens, I'm going to jump ahead there. The magic wand is work on addictions. Everybody has an addiction. I mean, and we're looking at, you see the people downtown with opioid addictions. You know, there is a major problem because the person, when he decides, and I'm using my hands, but when he decides to turn around and get off the drugs, he's got a very small window there because he's got to go from program to program to program. And that's the important part. Like he gets in the program and he turns around, and if it's too long, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before he can get to the next program, the next phase, he'll fall off the wagon. And I'm not supposed to use that term. He'll turn around and fall back. So if you turn around, my magic wand would be that they go smoothly from the drug addiction to the sent to the program to the recovery center, and then to the housing. You know, you get a person, they're smart people. You know, lots of them are very smart people, and they get recovered and they get back to normal, as which if they're really a normal, but they get back to this. Then they turn around and they're better citizens. I mean, they've got a place to live, they've got housing, they've got a place to go, and then they can get a decent job. Like lots of these people are very talented, very, very talented. You know, now you got to go back, like it's education. We all need education, and education on them too. What caused them to start using drugs, and then what happened? Carry on. You got to find that answer and then help them. And that's the point. Okay, so now you've got the drug addict that turns around and wants to get off. Then he goes to the program, and then he goes to the recovery center, and he goes, and he's finally into housing, and he's a more productive member of society. Now, you take this drug addiction away and all this stuff, you're going to cut back on the crime, because people I think I've said this before. They turn around. They want to steal to support their habit, and that's a major thing that's happening in our town. You take the crime rate in our town, it actually is dropping. It is dropping. It's slowly going down. The police are doing a great job. Police don't have enough money. They've been cut where their funding, but there's a lot of things that can be done to help them to make it better. I think that's a pretty good answer.
So waving the magic wand is what I'm hearing you say is going to make it so that people who have substance abuse problems are going to get the supports they need. So, excuse me, so that they won't have that substance abuse problem.
Was that a COVID cough?
No, you're okay, Gary. That's all right. So anyways, they'll get the supports they need so they can have a recovery and a better life and enjoy life better, have better health, and contribute more to our community.
Exactly. And that'll help everybody. It'll help everybody, you know?
Right. Yeah. Makes good sense. Any other things you want to share about like your platform, your approach, Gary?
Well, my platform was this. It was, like I say, originally it was to cut wasteful spending for the city. But like I say, when I turned around and dug into stuff more deeper, then I realized that this homelessness and drug addiction and crime is more important. I mean, you take care of this part and everything snowballs and everything else can get better. It can all get better. Yeah.
No, makes sense. Got it. Good one. I don't know if you know this or if have you ever heard of Dr. Gabor Mate?
No. Sorry.
He's a Canadian out of Vancouver. He's an addiction specialist. Like he's 75 years old. He's been embedded with addictions and treatments all 100% of people who have substance abuse disorders had trauma in their life that they haven't been able to resolve. 100%.
Exactly. That's what I can say. Where did it start? What happened? Maybe a guy got divorced. I go off topic and I don't like to do that, but the guy gets divorced and now all of a sudden he's doing drugs and then he gets worse. And I actually know a guy who did that. So.
Yeah. And so the supports that you could provide or that you would like to provide them would help them get that under control, and then they can have better lives. Okay, great.
The major thing is to stop the gaps. Like stop the gaps. Don't like decide to want to do it, but then they have to go to recovery and go to the centers and stuff. There can't be a time frame in between. They got to be able to go from here to there right now. You know, and that's the point. You don't want to have a three week gap in there because they'll turn around and relapse. You know?
Right. Yeah. You might find this interesting, Gary. There's a program right now where they're teaching people to be system navigators. So system navigators, level 1, level 2, level 3. I just completed the training for the system navigator level 1. And the thought with that is to increase access to care, increase where people have more knowledge of resources that are available, so that if I run across somebody in my truck and I say, oh, I think you're having a challenge, I think I might know some resources to help you if you want my help, right? And so I think that'll, yeah, it's going to help, reduce those barriers and to get people the help they need. And so I think that's a really positive move that's happening in the city right now. So yeah, cool. So Gary, you believe yourself, of course, to be the best choice for mayor, I would have to assume, right?
I am.
You are. Fair enough. So who would be your second best choice?
Okay, there are 6 candidates right now running for mayor. Okay, 2 have been on council before. The one person, I know nothing about him because he hasn't been to any forums. I met him once at the park, and that was it, for a meet and greet kind of at the park. And that's the only time I ever saw him. Saw him for like 5 minutes. The other 2 council people that I've met, can I mention names?
Sure, you can. Yeah, your answer. You can just say whatever you like.
Because I've met. I know Steve Mogden, okay, and I know Day Chief, okay, Sheldon Day Chief.
Sheldon, yeah.
And those 2 guys would be very good second choices.
Excellent. Okay.
The other ones have been on council before, and they've been on 8 years already. And what have they done? That's the point. What have they done? They had their chance. Let's get a fresh group in there and let us do our thing and get it together. My goal, my wish for this when I'm mayor, because I'm going to be mayor, just so you know, my wish for mayor is I want to be known as the best mayor the city of Lethbridge ever had.
Well, that's an aspiration right there, to be the best mayor the city of Lethbridge ever had.
Best the city's ever had. Yeah.
So do you think, like, when you think of mayors in the past that were amazing, who comes to mind for you?
Well, I like David Carpenter. Sharing was really well. He was apparently sharing, like, I got this from their family, so they said he was the best, but that's what I had. I like David Carpenter because I knew him. I knew him when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Like, he was always a tall guy. I mean, I was a short little guy when I was a kid, but David Carpenter was great. I thought he was a great mayor. Excellent.
Yeah. So that's the standard to beat then. That's who you believe was the best mayor ever. And now you're going to be better than that one is your plan. Is that it?
Do my best. Yes. And
all right.
I'm going to listen to the people, and I'm going to do what the people need. I'm going to be there for the people. And transparency. You got to let them know what's going on. They got to know what's going on. I mean, there's nothing worse than people not knowing what's happening. Cities spending money left and right, and I don't want it to. I want it to. I mean, I understand money has to be spent to make things work, but is there a place where we can fine tune it and smooth it out? That's the point.
Got it. Put your frugality to the test. Is that what you're saying, eh?
It's going to happen. See, another thing you got to think of, I'm only one of 9. I'm only one of 9, but my goal is to have those other 8 people together as a team. And no backbiting, no fighting, let's make this thing work. We're working for the city. Mm-hmm. We got to do our job to make the city run smooth. That's what we're there for.
Got it. So you and the 8 councilors are your group of 9, and it's real important that you be collaborative and cooperative in making.
Exactly. It's very important. Like, we skipped a little bit on the first question, but I'm okay. We're doing good. I feel very comfortable talking to you, just so you know.
Good. Excellent. Anything else you want to add for that first question, Gary?
Well, it's our culture. It's why I love the city so much. It's our culture. I've met so many different people, so many different walks of life. I've met people from India. I've met people from China. I've met people from Japan. I've met people from indigenous people. But I learned a new word from Sheldon Day Chief about what the name of an indigenous person should be, rather than being called indigenous is not the best one is it's Nitsitapi, Nitsitapii. Nitsitapi. That's what he thinks everybody should call it, Nitsitapi.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I like that too.
I personally, I don't care. I'm not discriminatory. I don't care.
Gary, did you pronounce that Nitsitapi? Nitsitapi, is that what it is?
Nitsitapi.
Nitsitapi? And I think that means real people.
Where's my camera?
No, I can't read it. I can't read it.
Okay,
oh yeah,
sorry.
no, I can read it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's what it is, Nitsitapi. And I like that. I like that because that's fine. That's all you got to say about that, because if you like to be called Alan, then we call you Alan. So call a person what they like to be called. I got great friends from China, and I like to call them by their Chinese names. I think it's nice. Yeah.
I have a friend, and his name is Rahim, but he always goes by Ray because the people don't want to, spend the time or the energy to try and pronounce his name correctly. But I call him Rahim. That's his name. So
and that's what I like, of course. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. I'm glad I met you. You seem like a great guy. So thank you for doing this for me.
Hey, thank you, Gary, for coming on and sharing your thoughts, and good luck at the polls. I hope it works well for you.
One more thing you should know.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Vote Gary Clausen for mayor. He's going to be the best.
Well, I think you've clarified that for us, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You did a great job. Are we done?
We're done. I'm just cutting her off right now. See ya.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
All right.